Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you.
Right then, Zandvoort, P2 quali, P9 start. Let's fingers crossed and hope for the best. Base Cannon did not get the best. Something happened with his PC and his car just did not move at the start. But one free position. For me, not gonna complain. Nick went wide in turn 1 with a bit of contact, so that's 2 positions now. And after turn 1, we are just gonna bunch up here. Someone's gonna spin ahead, take out so much of the field, and I'm now up to P4. So in terms of a start for the sprint race, I really didn't have to do anything to get all these positions, which I'll not complain about, and I get the opportunity to try get past Laur, Wasi and Toltec up ahead, which should be fun. They're all respectable drivers and it won't really be too easy, but you know, I always need a bit of content, so I'm able to catch up to the guys ahead because they're going side by side in a couple of these corners, starting off with Laur here, and I just get in his slipstream a little bit, have a cheeky check up the inside because he doesn't seem to be defending, and I brake a little bit late, keep it side by side, we give each other enough space through there, which was honestly surprising, and that's a very good bit of awareness from the both of us. I was a bit maybe too optimistic, but P3 after lap 1, that's 6 positions in 1 lap, which for sprint race with these guys, because these are all very talented people I'm racing with, unfortunately it means a lot. Behind me there are 2 cars going side by side, so I'm a bit wary of a loose dive bomb, but thankfully they know how to control the cars and no one takes me out, and I'm still in P3. So right now, because they're losing so much time fighting, I can sort of not need to look at my mirrors anymore and focus on Wase ahead, who's in P2, and I do eventually catch up to him, because in Zandvoort I was just on one. I was just really good, and I got lucky because all my fellow paced people were a bit were a bit more unfortunate in lap 1. So Wasi having a bit of a hiccup, I guess, with his line. I don't know what happened there, and I tried to go around his outside here, but that's not really the best move in this car. The mechanical grip is just not there for that. So I tried to weigh up the same move I did on Lara, so I brake a bit later on the inside, although Wasi is wise to that. He's a bit more alongside me, and he does push me wide over here, which I'm just like, hey bro, okay, what the fuck was that? But I kinda respond a bit too hard and I take him out, which I was very regretful for. I did not, honest to God, you can see me blip my gas for a bit and then let go. I honestly expected him to put his foot on the gas there, but he didn't, and I took him out. Nwase, I apologize. Someone's getting waterboarded?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's more of this like.
Dog, who's getting tortured for intel?
Yeah, man. Toltec is next in line to have the honor of being overtaken by yours truly. So heading into this point, I'm too far back, so I take my normal braking point, but Toltec is just moving like a grandma. And I don't know how I didn't take him out there. It would have been a shame if I took out the 2 guys in front of me. Thankfully I did not, but that was a bit too close. But around the final corner, I do have the run on this Estonian. Getting his slipstream should be a little bit of a slam dunk maneuver because I'm better on the brakes than him, and I am better on the brakes than him. And I go down his inside, he doesn't really fight about it, and I go into P1, which was very convenient. I guess he knew that this move was gonna happen eventually, so he made it easier than it was and focused on his race, so able to get into P1 fairly nice and easy.
Wait, how many laps left does everybody have?
9.
I don't know. I haven't.
10.
I've got 5.
Oh,
shit.
What the
It's actually
fuck,
Jover.
dude?
How many liters did you do?
I thought I did enough.
I did
How many
22.
liters?
What the fuck?
Roby, this is not the
15?
first time. This is not the first time this has happened.
Am I just bad at
How
math?
how
Oh, I'm
many
so
liters
smart.
did you put in?
15.
Oh,
Yeah, way under.
that's not
Yeah.
enough.
Guys, I found out how Booby did a 34 on the second lap.
He had no fuel in the fucking car.
Yeah, he's
I'm running
running
on
a fucking
fumes.
quality fuel.
P9 to P1 by anyone's standards is a good race, especially in 20 minutes on a track like Zandvoort. Of course, got very lucky with the start and many of my main rivals got taken out, but with the cards I was dealt with, able to have good fights with Laur. My apologies again to Wase for taking him out, and I believe Toltec knew he was in a race for P2 and he executed his race well and finished P2. But really enjoyed that, able to maximize the sprint race. Not that many points, but you take what you get. If there was a time a boy turns into a man, it's a high pressure scenario like what I was facing in this Grand Prix against Zeppel, starting P2, and I had the greatest start of my life, and I've had some great starts, but this one takes the cake because it allows me to get down his inside. I give him the room he deserves, of course, but I have P1 out of T1, and in the context of this race, the best I can put it in is it's allowed me to give you guys content today. That restart, because it would have been piss poor boring video if it didn't. But I have Zeppel behind me, which is good because he's a very fast driver, and he's clearly a fast driver because he beat me in quali, which is like, aight man, you have the minerals, we get it. Let's see during the Grand Prix. This is Zeppel's first time with us. I think he is one of those monkey racing people over with Nick and Mut Antu, I believe, as well. Is the other guy who's come, and Evan Jealous. But coming into this race, Nick Skill said, hey man, this guy is really good, like he's better than me. I was like, whoa, because you know, last season like Nick was really good, and sometimes Nick was better than me. So if this guy's better than Nick, then I'm about to get my ass fucked, right? But turn 1, at least off the start of the start line, I won our first battle, which is who leads in lap 1. So clearly, 1, I'm not Lando Norris, and 2, I have a bit of those minerals myself. Anyways, I still have to contend with this guy, and he's clearly fast because 5 minutes into the race he's still right at my fucking tail. This entire race, at least before the first pit stop, we had such a small gap, but on this occasion I did have to defend. On the inside, I give him the space he deserves as well because I'm a clean racer, and I maintain P1 after turn 1 through turn 2 and turn 3. He is still super close behind me, so I have to be wary because he's going to get slipstream down this entire straight. But is it really that valuable? I don't think so, because it just gets you really close to the car head. Then for this corner, the amount of dirty air you get just kills your turning, and you get so much understeer and you lose so much time. So I gained time because he came up to me so close during that second straight or whatever you call it. So I was able to hold P1 even though he was on the attack at turn 1. And on this lap, he's really close again. This is, I think, the following lap. So right now, he has the speed on me because he's able to maintain that gap in the dirty air. So I know, hey man, I'm in a bit of a pickle. He's in the slipstream. Again, there's nothing he can do. All he does is gets closer here, gets dirty air, washes out, gives me the 2 or 3 tenths I need to maintain P1 for the rest of the lap until turn 1. And again, turn 1 I survive because I got that gap. He closes me up over here yet again. He's in the slipstream yet again. and he's a bit too close this time. I have to take a bit of a defensive posture. I stay in the middle of the track, and how I do not spin here, I do not know, because we had that contact. The lightest of contacts, I admit, but still, high speed in the middle of a corner. Someone normally dies in that situation. None of us did, but this guy was just 15 minutes into the race and he's just right there, bro. I was so tired. Honestly, I should have filed a restraining order. Anyways, I knew he wasn't gonna do that dive bomb there because I'm a professional dive bomber. I know when people are gonna dive bomb because I do that shit myself. I knew he wasn't gonna do that. You can go back and watch it again. I knew he wasn't gonna throw that dive bomb, but he does get really close yet again on the straight, which I believe, he's done this like 3 or 4 times now. A bit poor racecraft because now it doesn't work. Because again, I'm in the middle of the track and he's just in the dirty air. I truly believe if he just holds back a bit, he's able to attack me into these corners without the time loss from that downforce loss. But I wish I could say there was more content for me to bring you, but there isn't, because that was the last time we were ever so close. So the reason why you don't see him in my mirrors right now is because he wasn't too familiar with our pit stop rules and he lost 2 seconds because of that. 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds, 2.5. And that just gave me the cushion to just take it on my own pace. If you look at the timing tower on the left, it's wrong because the track was bugged. I was P1. Base wishes he was P1. But I was a very good race with Zeppel. He was the only person I raced with today because we were the only 2 people with the same base. Nick didn't have a good day today in the Grand Prix. He hasn't really found his speed, his starter speed in the RSS car yet, but he's super talented. I'm sure he'll find it soon. Bobby was just like quali, he was 2 tenths behind us in the race. I feel like he was just 2 tenths behind me and Zeppel, so he didn't really contest. But before the pit stop, the highest the gap ever got between me and Zeppel was 1.1 seconds. Then after the pit stop it got to like 4 seconds and I was able to cruise home from there with nothing in front of me and nothing behind me. Had a lot of fun for this one. Able to take a deserved win, I believe. And just all around great racing. Thank you for watching.
No sir, thanks. No thanks. I told you no! I said no! No! No!